Hi, my name's Demara, and this is a channeled message that I was given a while back and that I brought with me that I've explained many times before. But very quickly, I did fill the bottom of my suitcase with all the teachings I had been given, which were channeled from higher beings, and a lot of them hadn't been put out yet. So this one is one that it takes courage to put out this sort of information. That's all I can say, really. And I haven't felt able to do this before. I feel very protected right now and have given out many, many channeled messages, including the new Truth Testaments that were channeled from the year before last through to August 23. And they are very powerful messages with very new ideas of how we create this new world and what goes into that. So I'm going to be giving this one now because I feel it's right, and do with it what you will, because I was also given another little message afterwards, which I've also got in front of me, and I'm not going to be reading out, about what they're asking me to do with, and I may do with this particular message and to take it further to the higher government and to special forces. But I'm expecting this to filter through because of things that have been happening recently with my channelings. So let's begin. An unusual enlightenment period is ahead of you. There will be happenings that are not expected. We are at liberty here to say that they are not unusual for us light beings. We behave in a completely different way to the humans who exploit the earth plane and now dare to encroach upon the space fields which span between and around the dimensions of the universe. Our words to you will be brief but very explicit. Do not tamper with the universal wiring. It is not something that you are competent to dally with. Our dalliances with you are specific and well meant. We do not expect the same from yourselves because of the level of evolution that you are experiencing. Our views are menial. It is the views of the universal energy continuum that speaks the loudest and speaks the most profoundly. Our message to you will be given now so that you do not encroach in areas of the universe that you do not belong. If you belonged there, you would indeed be welcome. We cannot welcome you until your light bodies and indeed your hearts and minds are melded together to form the one heart. When you are sealed within the one heart, you will be encroaching on no one. No one will be allowed to tell you to go away and leave the machinations of the continuum to those who are melded to one heart. Can we now have your obedience to leave alone those things that you have no understanding of? Those of you that are meddling with the machinations of universal energy continuum are given fair warning of our plan to bring about the downfall of everything that you stand for and against. We are not faint-hearted here. We speak as we will act. We are commanded to take actions we are commanded to take actions now before any more mishandled situations occur. We have recently had notice that energies are becoming convoluted in the regions between the atmosphere and the biosphere. This is because of actions taken when you are guiding your planes and missiles through the area of the space continuum. It is causing great flux to occur with all of the energies which are allowed to pass through this field. Every field in the universal energy continuum is controlled by its vibrational value. Each energy value is accommodated through the universal continuum, when it is braced with energy that is charged in a focused way, the current energies which are being used have a dislocated faction. This dislocated faction is one which will endanger others. When we are using our space technology to traverse the Earth planes and the surrounding distant space continuum, we do not wish to be endangered through mismanagement of your technologies. Our technologies will never endanger your planet or your species. It will not be allowed for years to do... Oh, goodness, sorry. It will not be allowed for yours to do so either. We will be rewriting your instrument through our own intelligence, so that you are not allowed to endanger anyone or anything with your tardy schemes. These schemes are very antiquated and will not give you the volume of transparency that is required now from your armies and your political machines. On answering our members, we are going to play a part which has never been played before. We are about to cause you many difficulties through our intelligence. We are able to contact both your personnel and your robotic devices. We are therefore in a position of power. We will not choose to ignore your woes. Our woes are our warrior spirits, which have been decimated when we began our long journey many years ago into our spiritual form. We do not therefore have a warrior nature that will in any way match your own. But what we do have is the integrity and the higher forms of intelligence to navigate through your pathways and through any of your territory that we wish to navigate in order to pull the switch off of your powerhouse and from many of your power instruments. This will cause you many delays and mismanagement of your situations. It has to be done. We have no doubt that you will hasten to attempt to recharge any of your batteries and begin again. But you will learn, as have all of the more warrior-minded races, that in the end you must submit your wills to your greater intelligence and to your greater spirits. We are here to guide you and take you through to the more meaningful regions of your minds and your hearts. Have we your agreement to behave, or are we to take measures which will be irremovable when we have completed them? And at the end of this message, this was the first time, in the beginning when I began channeling, I channeled 2 books and used to ask all the time, as I felt different energies, who they were. And then I realized I really didn't need to do that. It was the information that was important. But this time, at the end of this message, they themselves gave me, without me asking, that this is a message from ASHTAR Command, and we will be giving you many more messages to pass on to those in power, both in your own government and in your own special agent forces, who are much to blame for what is going on in the region of space around your planet. And then it went on to give me a little more detail, which I need to reread to make sure I do the right thing with this information. But there was no message to say that I could not put this out as a general message. And we are the collective. We are the larger group. We are not the elite who power in their own ways and do not take into consideration the 100% of the collective. So we can take that control ourselves, and therefore I give you this message today. Reread it if you need to, because I've had to reread this 3 or 4 times before I was even prepared to give it out. And I take that responsibility for giving this message today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing me into your sacred space today. And please subscribe so that we can get these messages out to many, many more people. And it depends on the technology of the algorithm as to whether this happens. And the subscriptions really help. It's free for you to do this. And you will also get notification of further messages. You will know when I give the next messages out. So thank you again.